let's just wait and see what happens here. If I get any views start coming up. I think we are live. It doesn't. Oh, there we go. I've got a little red live button there telling me that I am live. So we'll just wait for a minute just to see if we get other people just joining in. So I've got my first five viewers so far. Actually six. Roxy, watch. Pay attention. What's going on, right? Just pay attention. Everyone's here, listening and watching. They're really interested in you. All right? You going to be good? Okay, thanks. Great. Okay, so we've now gone up to 10. So I have my first viewer here. She was here before everyone else. So thanks for that, Rox. You being good? Good. Okay, so everyone, hi. My name is Andy Lewis, Paralympic gold medalist. I apologise if I look like Pablo Escobar or Freddie Mercury or whatever you want to call me. But it's Movember, so I am doing my part, playing my part. So far, I've raised £175, so I'm really happy about that. I need to just have a little bit of clean up now to make it look a bit more prominent, but I am doing my bit. So today, I just wanted to talk, just to stop for a minute and just let everyone know this is the first time that I have done a live Facebook sort of feed. I've done plenty of interviews and things before, but actually just staring at myself on a screen is quite hard. But I just wanted to talk today about how important the positive mindset is. So I won Paralympic gold in 2016. But to be honest with you, it hasn't always been that easy. It's been very difficult at times, mentally and physically. So back in 1999, I was run over by a 38-ton articulated lorry. Ran over me while I was joining the British Army. I was joining the parachute regiment and following my brother into the military, and I got run over by a lorry. And the lorry crushed both of my legs, and then I ended up with one of these. So this is, joking. This is my prosthetic leg, or one of many. So this is my bog standard NHS prosthetic. This is not one that I do my sports with. It's just one to enable me to try and walk around and do what I can. But realistically, this is provided by the NHS, whereas I've got running blades and other legs that I can use for my sport. But as I was saying, when I went under this lorry and got crushed, it was a very dark moment. And in 2005, I decided, after a period of sort of trying to get my life back on track, that I was going to have my leg amputated. To be honest with you, it wasn't really a hard decision to make because I got absolutely fed up of it. The pain, eventually, once you have lots of pain and stuff, the fact that then I knew I was going to end up with one of these for the rest of my life was, I don't know, it was an easy choice, I suppose, because I just thought to myself, I could see how well other people are getting on. And that's quite important sometimes, that we take note as well of other people's struggles as well sometimes, to offer, if we can lend a hand to help other people. Because I know for me in 2007, I tried to take my own life, and it's something that I don't massively talk about, but it's live now to the world that I tried that. And I suppose after that, my whole life turned around, because in 2007, my wife became pregnant with Jasmine, my daughter, who's now 13. And it changed my whole world. It changed my whole life, because it made me realise there was going to be someone else that's going to rely on me, and I would have to support. So what we're going to do is going to go through this, tell you some of my stories, and then at the end, obviously, we'll have any questions or anything that anyone wants to talk about. I've also brought along probably one of my biggest achievements today. So this is my Paralympic gold medal. It was the only one to be won by Great Britain in the inaugural para-triathlon Paralympics. So that meaning that was the first time in history that it was in the Paralympic Games, triathlon. And I was the only Brit to come back with a gold. So I'm really, really proud of that. But what I want to say to you, people that are watching this now, whether you're at university, whether you're in business, maybe you're a young person still in school, primary or secondary school, because remember this goes out as well after, so anyone can watch this, is I challenge you in the morning to get yourself up in the morning and actually get up with a positive mindset. So actually getting up by saying, right, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to do that, I'm going to have a list of things, not too many because we end up then over sort of powering what we're supposed to be doing. Have a few things that you want to do and achieve throughout the day, because I know for me, the one thing that gives me a boost every day and keeps me positive and keeps me moving forward is I get up every morning and I either go for a walk with my dog here, or I go out on the bike. And for me, that's a way of me boosting myself to be able to get up and tackle the day ahead. And that's really, really important. The other thing is, could you imagine if you got up in the morning out of bed, and a lot of youngsters are like this, okay? You get up in the morning, oh, I don't want to go to uni. I don't want to go to school today. I don't want to go to uni today. I don't want to go to work. Okay, as soon as you make that choice, as soon as you get in that headspace, okay, you're on a downward spiral for the rest of the day. Now, I'm not expecting everybody to wake up in the morning and go, yay, it's a new day. Let's come on, day's dawn, let's go. All right. Now, it's not realistic. That just doesn't happen all the time. And we're allowed to have down days as well where we feel a bit flat. But actually getting up and having that positive energy first thing in the morning. And I challenge you to do it tomorrow morning. If you didn't this morning, try it tomorrow by waking up and giving yourself a boost, and just getting up and doing something positive first thing in the morning. I also like putting music on. So another thing to do is we've got Alexa in the kitchen, and I'll tell Alexa to put some music on in the morning while I'm having my breakfast. And again, that gives me that boost. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone that I'm a robot. And I just literally positivity all the time. It's very difficult to stay up there all the time, and it really is. But I know on my journey to the Paralympic Games in 2016, where I did achieve this, and I don't know if anyone knows the reason why it rattles, but there is a reason, and it's not broken. So if you do know, put your answer in the comments just to let everyone else know. I won't spoil the surprise, and I'll tell you at the end if not. But for me, that whole journey, I remember getting to the Paralympics in Rio, so we raced on the Copacabana beach, actually getting to that point and didn't want to do it. And can you believe that? Being crowned world, European, British champion, to then be at the Paralympic Games and the first thing, and then to be ready to fly down to Copacabana beach to take part in the first triathlon, to then decide that I didn't want to do it. Why would I have had that feeling, had that emotion? It took real friends and people to surround themselves around me to be able to give me the confidence to let me know what I could achieve. And after a period of time talking to psychologists and teammates and everything, getting me in that mindset, that positive mindset, that I went down to Copacabana Beach and obviously won the gold. I would have never, ever have thought it that morning that I was going to be Paralympic champion, because I just didn't feel in the right frame of mind. And that is why I'm saying we cannot let COVID, university work, school work, life drag us down. We've got to beat it. And we need to understand that we are told as well as children, and I can guarantee you, even as young people, adults, you would have been told it many, many times in your life. Be careful. Be careful. Oh, don't touch that. It's hot. Oh, don't go over there. I know this. And the other day I found myself at a school telling a young lad who's 8, oh, be careful. Oh, careful kids. Don't hurt each other. Whereas actually, we're continuing from a young age told to be careful all the time. Not take risks. Well, actually, when we take risks is when we learn. And we learn life lessons, and we either find that, okay, that didn't work, or, oh, that was a fantastic choice I made there. I made a good choice, a good decision there. I'm really happy with myself. Right, I'm going to go forward with that. Okay, so every time you get to that point and you feel negative about something, if you feel like that, it's not something that you should be afraid of feeling or afraid of taking that on board. It's actually just learning how to deal with it. Now, as I said, trying to take my own life, learning to fly an aircraft, which I did with one leg, okay, getting with my pilot's license, I also feel that another positive thing and helps the mindset is confidence. You will come across people that are not very confident, okay? You might not even be very confident yourself. But just remember that everybody was like that at some point, and we had to learn, and we had to ask questions, and we had to find our direction. Now, I haven't just all of a sudden become a Paralympic champion, MBE, all the other accolades that I've achieved. For me, I've had to work really, really hard. And the hardest thing for me to get around was the mindset. Because we can go out and we can go out and I just noticed a comment come in. Helena Stone, the medal. She asked me why my gold medal rattles as well. So I was saying about why does it rattle? It's for the visually impaired. So as you can imagine, if it's a gold, a silver, and a bronze medal, for a visually impaired person, they wouldn't know which colour is which. So they all make a note, apart from the bronze, I think they make a rattle. Mine definitely does. It's not, like I say, it's not broken. So yeah, well done, Helena, well done. So I just want you to challenge yourself tomorrow and get up in the morning, put some music on, and set 2 or 3 goals for that day for you to try and achieve or accomplish. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, but just be positive with what you're trying to achieve. Because I go into schools now and I talk to young people, okay, and I'm talking primary school age, and they go in and the first thing they do when they walk in the morning, and I know this because I know one of the teachers, is they will go in, oh, I didn't have a very good night's sleep last night. Oh, I got work. What we got to do today? That teacher straight away at the beginning of the day with that class wakes them up. So they do a thing called wake up and shake up, okay, with the kids to get them, I suppose, not necessarily is it about being active, which I mean, it's great because obviously that gets the blood pumping and gets us thinking about those things, but actually it's changing our behaviors and our mindset from feeling down here low and just picking us back up a little bit. I also went to a school previously where there was students in secondary education and they came in and they were very similar. And the first thing I did in the classroom, don't ask me why they had them there, but they had ping pong, table tennis bats and a ball. I literally just grabbed a table straight across the middle of the room. I said, right, you're that side, I'm this side. Before we start work, we're going to have a little bit of, we're going to play table tennis. I said, come on, first one to 30. And we just played it. And we were doing that for, 5 minutes or so. But actually after, that student was like, oh, wow, okay, I feel good now. I'm ready. I'm ready to learn. Okay. So positive mindset. If you can imagine that you are walking down a street, a corridor, and there are loads and loads of doors along that corridor, sometimes you will open that door or you will step into that door and it might not necessarily be the right thing for you and it might make you feel quite negative. Well, shut that door, surround yourself with positive people. Success breeds success. Positivity breeds positivity. If you're hanging around with people or someone's around you that are constantly negative, constantly putting you down or other people down that surrounding you, then that will drag you down at the end of the day. And I know now that one thing that I've learned is something where this has been taught by, I've now set up an organisation called Bespoke Mentoring, that side, where after winning Paralympic gold, I quickly realised that I needed to set up something within Gloucestershire initially to help people, not just with the mindset, whether they be in education or business, but actually to get them to get me to come in and talk to them how they can build a plan, have objectives and goals for them to achieve. So I'm not necessarily known as a motivational speaker. I just want people to understand that there are tips and tricks that you can do and you can achieve, and I want people to learn that. I have been mentored I've been coached by some of the best people in the world to help me achieve what I've achieved. And that's what I want to do within Gloucestershire in helping people. And I know that if we have the correct mindset in the morning, when we get up, the day ahead can be a lot more positive, especially if we don't let people drag us down. Okay? So I challenge you, as I said, tomorrow to think of a positive thought when you get up in the morning. Put some music on, whether that's your favourite music. Sometimes the news on the TV, particularly at the moment, just drags me down. Just everything what's going on. I literally get up in the morning, my wife might have the telly on. As soon as she goes out the door or she's gone to work, it's off. I put the music on. Because for me, there is so much negativity in the press that will just drag you down. And I don't, it is what it is. But for me, it doesn't work then to enable me to be positive and to move forward with that. What else can I talk about? Because obviously this being live now, if anyone's got any questions or anything, obviously send them in and come in. But check out my website, andyjlewis.co.uk. You can contact me on there. The one thing that I will say is that if anyone is struggling with the mindset, please just ping me a message, whether that be on social media or whether that be via my website, because, you know, for me, it's just about helping other people as well. And it's not necessarily am I talking about this from a business point of view, but actually it's about how can I help other people. And I now work with young people that are really, really struggling, and I try and push them in the right direction. So comments come in, questions come in. Have you watched or read anything that you found really inspiring? Thanks for that. So for me, I watched a film once called Reach for the Skies, and it's a black and white film, so it sounded like boring, but it was a black and white film and there was a purpose to it. It was by a guy called Douglas Bader who lost both of his legs in an airplane accident, messing around, I think, showing off to his girlfriend and loop and landed and lost both his legs. But it actually went on to fly a Spitfire in the Second World War and was an amazing pilot and squadron leader. A bit of a story of that. He got airdropped. He crashed in Germany, and to stop him escaping, they took his legs off him. All right, and I can assure you, back then they weren't like this. They were big, clumpy metal legs. But he managed to fly a Spitfire with two of them, and it inspired me to get into flying and aviation, which is why I went and got my pilot's license in 2007, supported by Flying Scholarships for the Disabled and the Royal International Air Tattoo. And yeah, that inspired me really to get into that. And I would urge you to watch it. It shows a lot of the positive mindset side of stuff, but also the resilience and the determination. Because when was the last time maybe you guys were told, like I said earlier on about as a child, be careful, don't do this, don't do that. It's about taking risks, and it's about learning what's right and what's wrong. But also for me, I was told, oh, they'll never let you be a pilot. You've got one leg. Why would they let you fly a flipping airplane? Then they'd say, oh, you'll never get a Paralympic gold medal. You've got to train for years and years and years for that. And I understand that and I get that, but straight away it's people putting you down, and it really frustrates me when people say you can't do things. My mum and dad split up when I was 3. My mum, they both remarried, but my dad is a very, very negative person that doesn't like me taking risks, and as much as I love him to bits, don't get me wrong, always sort of, oh, you won't be able to do that. Oh, don't do that. And that's the whole reason why my brother joined the parachute regiment, because he felt as though my dad didn't believe in him. I think the other thing is have a vision, because for me, when I was going to Rio, on God's honest truth now, I drew a picture and I called it the Road to Rio. And Alison, yeah, you just said there, Reach for the Skies. That is the film. Yeah, that is the name of the film. A brilliant film. I think just having a vision, and I drew this Road to Rio, and on this Road to Rio, and I've still got it now as a piece of scrap paper. I might put it up on my social media actually and show people, was a path I drew, and I drew at the very top Christ the Redeemer, Copacabana Beach, my family on the beach, and I drew a picture of a globe representing the World Championships, a picture of the European flag representing the Europeans, and I drew a path that just went up and down, and I drew holes in the ground, and I drew walls and everything, and that's what I did in December 2014, that when I left Airbus, who I was working for at the time, to become a professional athlete. And I took a massive risk from being on a very good paid job to becoming an athlete right at the beginning on £12,000 a year. My wife nearly hit the roof. It nearly caused divorce between us. And for me, it was one of those days where I took a risk, and the risk paid off, and I achieved what I did. So has anyone else got any more questions? I really do hope that this has helped in some way. I really do hope that I've given you a bit of a kick up the backside to say, come on, grit your teeth, dig in, get it done. Because I really do enjoy seeing people succeed, whether that's after a conversation with me, whether that's themselves finding their real purpose in life and they're getting the right mindset. The other thing that I've come across recently is podcasts, which I've started listening to, which there's a lot of podcasts out there as well that talk to you about the mindset, and the sort of law of attraction as well. So if you are positive tomorrow, I can assure you, you will attract positive people around you, and positive things will happen to you. You just need to think that way. And 3 things there is, if something happens negative or something happens that doesn't agree with you, accept it, okay? Grieve for it, move on. That's it, move on. Live for today, not tomorrow, okay? And yesterday, focus on today, what you are doing, because if what you're doing today is positive and you're in the right frame of mind, the next day will come with positive outcomes as well. What made you decide to become an athlete? I don't know really. I've always been quite athletic, always been into sport and things, but actually, I suffer with ADHD. Not loads of people know about that, but I'm dyslexic as well, and I really struggled at school, and I had a lot of teachers put me down when I was a kid. Just thinking about it now makes me a bit upset, winds me up, and people are always putting you down and making you feel negative about yourself and other people. And I suppose I wanted to be an athlete to prove to myself that when people were saying to me when I was thinking about it, oh, I want to go to the Paralympics, I want to get a gold medal, people were saying, you ain't gonna be able to do that, you can't do that, these guys actually are bred into sport from a young age, you're now going into this at sort of age 30, 31, you're a bit old, and it's like, do you know what, do one. At the end of the day, it's about me. Let me challenge myself, let me take those risks, and not have you telling me what I can or can't do. So I think I just sort of fell into it by wanting to prove people wrong. But the outcome of that was I've achieved so many life skills and learnt so many life lessons along the way that it's actually helped me to be a better father, husband, and friend. I think I've became to understand people a lot more. And now I say to my wife when she gets a bit irate with the kids or stuff, I say, look, accept it, move on. They know now it wasn't right. There's no point dwelling on it. So just to wrap up then, Alison, group captain, Sir Douglas Bader. Yeah, absolutely. So guys, go and check that out if you want a little bit of inspiration. I'd also recommend checking out some podcasts and stuff. Also, my Facebook page, Andy Lewis MBE, and my website. On there, you'll find some videos and stuff as well. And also, bespokementoring.org website, you will see some of the stuff that we do locally within Gloucestershire and what I do. A massive, massive thanks to those people that have turned out today to ask some questions, and also for Gloucester University for asking me to come and talk about this. It's actually been quite good. I've quite enjoyed it, actually, just being able to open up, even if it is live, and now everyone in the world knows about my ADHD and my sort of dyslexia and everything. You know, I've had massive battles with mental health. As I said, tried to take my own life, but then also went on to achieve Paralympic gold. So, yeah, life hasn't been too bad, I suppose. But thanks everyone for watching. Please do keep in touch if you need any anything, or you want to ask me any questions. I got to say a big thanks to my wife as well, and my kids for constantly putting up with me as well. I haven't been at home for a lot over the number of years that I've been doing this. So now I've decided to step away from Paralympic sport, concentrate on bespoke mentoring, and concentrate on keeping myself fit and healthy, and actually spending more time with people that I can help, which gives me a boost. But also my kids. You know, my kids have they're a big part of one of the reasons why I'm here, I suppose. As I said, when I tried to take my own life, my wife came and told me that obviously Jasmine was around and stuff, and going to be on the way as a newborn baby. And it absolutely changed my mindset of life, and changed my whole positive outlook. So you can too. Don't ever let anything drag you down. Just push through it, grit your teeth, and smash it. All right, guys. Thank you ever so much. I'm going to end this now. But like I said, touch base if you got any other questions. Thanks very much.